This video we're going to be looking at a game I played as Vital Strength of the Earth versus England 5. England 6 is just a nightmare, and it probably would have taken me way longer to get a win. So I was just going for England 5 just because I could relatively consistently get a strategy to beat them. The strategy here is really just finding major powers that we could destroy invaders consistently, either on the coast or just in general. The card that I'm really looking for is Manifest Incarnation, but we do get Cast Down into the Briny Deep, which is also a really nice card to have, just because it doesn't really care about England's increase in health. So as Vital Strength, Rituals of Destruction, and I forget what the one-cost card name is, but we're just going to be gaining minor powers, or gaining major powers through the top row, trying to fish for these specific major powers. So Cast Down into Briny Deeps is good. There's the one major power, that's the Volcano, that costs 8, that deals 20 damage. That's also pretty good. But Manifest Incarnation is really what I'm looking for. It does 6 fear. It also just removes a city and town, and then it does cause a Ravage right after, but because Vital Strength has its special rules to give you a defend, actually synergizes pretty well. So that's the one I'm usually looking for, and I would just spam that one as much as I could. I am on board A here. I think the reason I wanted board A is because the mountains starts with your presence, and in this matchup I am looking for like these high damage major powers, so I'm not as eager to just protect the coast as much as possible compared to maybe some other spirits. Unfortunately, we do get 2 wetlands coming up right next to each other. We just took out one of the mountains, but we do get Power Storm as the second major power, so we can repeat A Year of Perfect Stillness just to completely skip the actions in the wetlands. With England, usually we are going for just a fear victory. Like, there's no way that Vital Strength has enough firepower to take out all the invaders. And yeah, it just builds up like way too fast. So all the coastal lands come up. So thankfully I do have Power Storm and Year of Perfect Stillness, this combo, to just not be too worried about the wetlands here, because wetlands come up like 3 times in a row. So if I didn't have a way of dealing with the wetlands, it would have just been game over right there. And usually that's how these games go. Like, you'll get some combination of lands that you're in position to deal with, which makes the board decent, and then you can, combined with like finding the powers that you need, and that's it. So we're going to be playing Cast Down into Briny Deep again, which gives a ton of fear and just like wipes out all of the invaders. I think so. England 6 versus England 5. In England 6, you do have the increase in fear card, or fear, so it's 5 fear instead of 4 fear, and usually we do want to get to that fear victory, so it's just like that much more fear to get through. And like you get like the increased building if you don't generate fear. I honestly think like this might have been a game that I could have maybe beat England 6 in, but again, it's just like that randomness that I would have had to play like so many games just to get that. Like I'm not banking on getting a 3 wetland in a row plus like having Power Storm, you know. So yeah, Cast Down on Briny Deep takes care of the wetlands. I think in general, when I'm facing England, I do want, like, the things on the coast tend to be the problem areas, just because coastal lands in stage 2 can just be killer, because you build, then ravage, then build again. We do get sea monsters here, which I think is another reason why this game ends up being a win, just because sea monsters is just an amazing card. Plus the fact that wetlands end up being one of the problem areas. We can just repeat sea monsters until we get a Fear 3 victory. Or I guess it's technically a Fear, or stage 4 Fear victory. I'm not sure how that is technically designated, but so with the board state right now, we're actually in a pretty decent position. Wetlands are building again, and mountains. So that corner mountains is kind of doubling up, and there's already beasts in there. So mountains shows up again, wetlands shows up again. So mountains has a double build, and I just used the sea monsters in there. So I could probably just reclaim, use sea monsters again, get another chunk of fear. Jungles are ravaging, but we do have... See, I choose to use Cast Down to Briny Deep, I guess to take care of this jungle on the corner. But mountains is going to be coming up. Yeah, I think the sea monsters plus like another Guard the Healing Land is great for just kind of stalling and making sure that I don't lose to Blight immediately. I do have to destroy 2 presents here, but it's not that big of a deal. Like, honestly, I feel like Vital Strength is able to just put out a good number of its presents, so it's actually not that problematic just to lose your presents. And I mean, you're gonna get a Blighted Island 100%. I don't know how you wouldn't get a Blighted Island. Maybe if the RNG was like perfect or something. Jungles are ravaging. I'm trying to decide where to put this Blight or this Strife. Just like to maximize efficiency, but that Ravage is able to take out a good number of defenders there, so it's relatively clear. Yeah, just repeat sea monsters in that mountains. Wetlands are ravaging, so that's another I guess mountains plus wetlands, so it's probably like 4 more Blight. I only have 3 Blight on the card, but I just did a bunch of fear, so I have 3 fear cards in Terror level 3. So I'm kind of at that point in the game where I'm thinking about how do I maximize fear just to push towards that fear victory. I think I checked that here. Because mountains and wetlands ravaging, I think, is just game over. I'd have to rely on the fear cards to really do something. Especially the coastal wetlands is going to cascade. Oh, so another problem is that wetlands will cascade somewhere where there's going to be a Blight. Actually, well, the mountains are defended. Okay, so I'm using Year of Perfect Stillness to, oh no, guard the healing land on the wetlands, and then skipping the mountains. I think I'm, oh, that's a good event card to just take out the town and that coastal mountain. 2 health worth of invaders. Oh, per presence. So able to get rid of another town. Defended coastlands is great fear card to get, just because it overlaps with mountain and wetlands pretty well. So just trying to figure out what I can do as far as maximizing my chances next turn. So I lived another turn, but jungles and sands are ravaging, and I literally have like nothing in that coastal jungles to deal with it. The inland, or the way inland sands would also blight. I have to deal 6 more fear for a victory, and sea monsters and Cast Down in Briny Deep is slow. I go for a major power just to find something potentially, and I hit Insatiable Hunger of the Swarm. I think this card has also saved me in another video. So I do have those beasts in that corner mountains. Adds 2 beasts, gathers a beast for 5 fear, plus destroying 2 towns is another 2 fear for 7 fear, and gives me a fear victory. Thanks for watching.